I realized how many stereotypical images I had of the people living with AIDS and the communities that they were part of. And HIV CareLink provided the opportunity for me to meet a variety of people living with AIDS and to see God reflected in them in so many different ways, and to have that change my heart and my perspective on the world.
HIV CareLink got started about 20 years ago. For me, it was about the fact that I have HIV, and I was looking for a place where it was safe to be a Christian and safe to be a person living with HIV. That didn't exist. I'd go to the clinic, it wasn't safe to be a Christian. I'd go to church, it wasn't safe to have HIV. And so I wanted a place that was safe for both. One of the things we're really passionate about is stopping people from getting infected with HIV. Right now, roughly about a quarter of all new infections happen during high school and college years. And so we actually go into the high schools here in town. I talk a little bit about my own story and how I was treated in school, and then how HIV has impacted my life. And you know, I share all that and some of the really scary things about that and the really painful things about that, but at the same time that I live with hope. I did have people who cared for me and loved me and helped me get through really difficult times. The primary way that we use volunteers is almost every Saturday morning at about 9 o'clock. We get a bunch of people together and we help someone move.
My name is Heidi Berkey, and I've been volunteering with HIV CareLink for about 8 to 9 years now, and the primary thing that I do with them is help with the positive moves. We have a volunteer who specifically has a truck so that she can help people with moves, which I think is pretty amazing. We just come together to love people together, which is pretty amazing, and I think that that's a representation of DCC that I love to see in action, where, you know, Michael and the staff and leadership team have really worked to build relationships with other churches in the city and figure out how together we can love Denver well, and I see that in the way that HIV CareLink operates as well.
I realized that I had been part of a community that had not been treating people living with AIDS and people who were part of the gay community in ways that reflected the love of God. HIV CareLink gives me the chance to emulate Christ in that way, to show His love, to reach out, to touch, to care for, to say, you know, you are not untouchable, you are in fact lovable and loved.